Two political strategists are with us now to look ahead to the Trump presidency. Michael Feldman was a senior advisor to Vice President Al Gore. Dan Senor was a senior advisor in Mitt Romney's 2012 presidential campaign. Welcome.
Good morning.
Let's just talk about turnout at the beginning. You had suggested earlier that there's really not that much correlation between somebody can speak at giant rallies.
Yeah.
It's really about a ground game.
Yeah.
Does this suggest something different?
Yeah. I mean, what I'm most surprised about with regard to turnout, people are talking about the sort of white working class revolt, particularly throughout the Midwest, which I think is not inconsequential. What I'm really surprised about is the depressed turnout on the Democratic side, the sort of collapse of the Obama coalition. We just assume, I mean, Donald Trump won this election. He got fewer votes total than Mitt Romney did in 2012, which tells you that it wasn't that hard for him to win. The reason it wasn't that hard for him to win is because it seems like there was a complete collapse of what was the Obama turnout machine, and why that is something maybe Mike has insight into.
The Clinton campaign believed that they had a very successful convention.
Mm-hmm.
They believed that they won the 3 debates, and yet she lost states that haven't gone Republican since the 1980s in the Rust Belt, Upper Midwest.
Yeah.
What happened? Is this a Clinton collapse, a failure of her campaign?
Well, first of all, everybody's models were wrong. Right. So I don't think anybody, including if you put them in under truth serum,
absolutely,
the Trump campaign would say that they predicted this.
Including the people within Trump.
Correct.
People I spoke to within Trump world over the last few days had the same theory of the race, I think, that many of us did.
But look, having said that, and I know this from 2000, in a race that's this close, and by the way, if you look at the popular vote right now, it's
within like 80 to 100,000.
And even electorally, I mean, it's relatively close, right? A couple of states switched that nobody anticipated. So you can point to any one thing and say that is the reason why the election flipped and why it could have gone the other way. There's no doubt that this was a repudiation of the establishment, a repudiation of the political process, a repudiation of the media. I mean, all institutions.
Let's talk about Hillary Clinton, who we are expected to hear from within the hour. It hasn't taken this long to deliver a concession speech since 2004, when John Kerry conceded the afternoon after polling day. I'm getting messages this morning that there were a number of people at the Javits Center that were upset that she did not come forward and address them when so many people had waited through the night to hear from her. What can she say today, and was that a mistake last night?
I think it will be second-guessed, but the reality is everything is, and in a week we won't be talking about it anymore.
Like tomorrow we won't be talking about it.
Yeah.
I mean, the scheme of things, it doesn't matter.
I mean, look, I think there were some hard facts last night. All the data wasn't in. They didn't have their vote in. I think there was actually an issue relative to keeping the Javits Center open and keeping everybody there, which made them make a decision maybe to move faster than they would have otherwise. But, we're going to hear from her shortly, and that will be her statement. And I don't think anybody in a day or two is going to be questioning whether she went out last. Look, it's too important, and we've learned this. And we learned this from 2000 to rush to make it.
We were all here at 3 o'clock in the morning and say, let's wait, let's see, because it's so narrow in so many states.
All the stakeholders who follow these things and monitor them and track them all believed the direct election was going to go one way. Again, including the Trump campaign. Everyone who was involved had a theory as to where this would go. It went another way. It's not surprising that the Clinton campaign was saying, let's just wait and see if everybody was actually wrong.
Dan Senor and Michael Feldman, great to have you.